on the set in 3, 2, 1, going live.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of HB Unplugged. Don.
Yes.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but you know what? I'm glad we're back.
Yeah.
We got
a new podcast studio.
a new studio and everything, but yeah, we're back into it, folks.
Just
Stay tuned.
Yeah. So I've actually been remodeling this place. So we got a new shop for the car detailing part of this thing. And obviously I was able to bring the podcast studio indoors instead of in the shop area. So it's easy to keep clean and nice and neat. And we have another guest back on for the second time,
That's
Casey.
Right.
Casey,
Casey McKeon, ladies and gentlemen.
City council member.
He's the mayor of Huntington Beach.
Lifelong
currently.
resident. You guys, you already met him on the other
Known
episodes.
his family for way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long, yeah.
The Led Zeppelin days, right?
Yeah, no, really, yeah. We won't talk about too much of that.
It's all
we
good.
we all got a little crazy back then.
I'm jealous.
We all misbehaved a little bit, but that's all right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, Don, the reason we invited you back, Casey, is because, we fell in love with your 1 minute with the mayor.
Thank you.
That's the coolest idea. So, but there's a lot more to it than 1 minute with the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole program that you guys have designed around this thing that truly means something. So why don't we get right into that? That's
For sure. So I was actually talking with Johnny from Johnny's Bar and Robert Wagner from Wagner Charters. His episode's going to come out next week. And this started back in 2020 when I was first campaigning and met with those guys and through, mutual friends. And we're all about, trying to really highlight our small businesses and give them the help they need. Because oftentimes, for whatever reason, small businesses don't get the attention they deserve. And that's the lifeblood of our local economy.
They need exposure.
Yeah.
They need exposure. And it's the lifeblood of all economies, local economy, national economy. And they just don't get the attention they need. And so that genesis was back then in 2020. And even back then we were talking about it'd be great to have some way to feature them. And so the last 5 or 6 years, I've just been kicking that around in my mind. And then as I've been on council now, this is going in my 4th year. Last year, I was just thinking about it. If I am mayor in 2026, I should do some video series spotlighting our businesses, and then working with staff and Chris Casanova. I was going to do the HB Business Spotlight. We were just kicking around names. And then she came up. She's like, what about Minute with the Mayor? And I'm like, I love that. It's great. And then from there, we can even expand on it later where maybe we cover other topics, but really just want to start focusing on our businesses. And we did the first one with Boardriders Café down in Southeast, and huge success. Cody Long, who's our in-house city videographer, films them, does great editing, really good music. And that first episode was so successful when we launched it and we put out the link for businesses to apply that so many businesses applied the next day to be featured that it crashed the website.
wow. Isn't that a trip, Don? Isn't that a trip? That's
I was
pretty
like, yeah. And I'm like, what do we do? We got to reboot it and up the application.
Back to square one.
Yeah. So as of today, I just checked. There's over 40 in the queue. And
ready to go.
Ready to go.
So
No, that want to be featured.
Yeah, you got 40 visits you got to make.
And we put out.
And you're doing it once a week?
Yeah. So Fridays are usually best for me, or other times throughout the week to try to knock some out. So I think tomorrow we're actually doing 5. We're filming 5 of them.
Wow.
And I'm going to bring Mayor Pro Tem Butch Twining with me. So it'll be
good.
Minute with the Mayors tomorrow.
Minute with the Mayor.
So it'll be fun to bring other people. Now that we'll have 5. So Wagner Charters will come out on Sunday. That'll be our 5th one, and that's now people understand it better, and there's some nice rhythm to it. So I want to bring in some other people to join me if I can. It'd be fun, and we always do something kind of corny at the end. That's that business focus. We're gonna do Crave Fitness tomorrow, so I'm sure she's gonna want to get me lifting weights.
There you go.
I gotta
Yeah,
look tough. Yeah. But it's fun. It's great. Going back into Boardriders the week after, and I've been there a couple times since. I walk in and the cook comes out. He's like, Mayor.
Ian.
Yeah, and Ian. I saw Ian on Monday, but last week when I went in, the cook came out. He's like, Mayor, man. He's like, oh my, business picked up and it's awesome, man. He's like, give me a fist bump. And even my mom, she saw it and she's like, I really want to go try that food. That burrito looked amazing. And then we had her birthday at my house on Sunday, so they went to Boardriders a half hour before they closed, and she's like, it was cranking.
The food there is
so good.
unbelievable good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It's so good. And so it's having the desired effect so far. And we said, you know, all different classes, you know, whether it's restaurants or shops or automotive or, you know, I'm doing a plumbing business tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I mean, I want to cover everybody and then find a unique way to really make it exciting and fun. And they're quick videos because unfortunately people don't really have a long attention span.
Yeah.
You know, especially like on social media.
Yeah.
So that's the way, is just to really get in there, spotlight them, show them good editing, a couple of unique characteristics about the business, and then really ask them, like, what do you want the city of Huntington Beach to know? And, you know, get that out and then push it out for them. And then the goal is now when people go, I didn't realize, like Precision Stitches, we just put it on Tuesday. Great apparel manufacturer, custom stitching, hat shirts, like you name it. And so now when people go, hey, I didn't realize, you know, I want to get some hats made, I want to go there.
Hey, so
Well, you won't believe-
just so
I'm-
you know,
Yeah.
for the buses on the pier event,
Yeah.
I'm going to go there and have them do our hats that I'm going to have available.
I love it. And they're
yeah.
such a good family. Like they're all, it's all the parents and the kids work there. They work 7 days a week. They're like super shy. And it was funny when we were filming, I was like, come on guys, you got to like sell the sizzle, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we had to like, we took like 5 takes. I'm like, Steve, come on, man. Like,
I know,
give it to me.
they were a little like, he was
yeah.
like really
Oh,
like
yeah.
kind of dead. I was
Yeah.
like, come on, dude.
I know, man. I'm like, come
Let's-
on.
You know, put some energy into your life here, man.
Yeah, because they
Milo.
just work so hard, and I've
Yeah.
known them for a while, and they do great work. They do some police work. They do fire. They used to do all the junior lifeguard.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
patches,
Yeah,
you
it was a
know?
great episode.
So whenever I need hats made, I get it there. They do like belt buckles and patches, you know, like leather, custom engraving, like, you know, metal engraving. It's crazy, like laser engraving is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, just all these different industries, and then I just want to cover them all. And my goal is, if we do 50 plus, I want to hit them all if I can.
Yeah, and our
that's
Revivify
fantastic.
organization is getting quotes from them now.
Awesome.
Yeah, so obviously I was like, I didn't even know they existed.
Well, that's the main point, right? Is like you don't realize these amazing businesses exist. We have a huge city, you know, 29 square miles. So the goal is to keep our dollars here, keep our sales tax dollars in our city, and not bleed out to like Costa Mesa
Exactly.
or wherever else. And
Yeah.
especially online, if there's great businesses here that now people know about, let's do it. And then, you know, like we vitalize that wellness area, the wellness shop. Going there, it's great. I mean, you know, saunas and facials, and for the women, like Botox and
Wow.
lip fillers and GLP shots and all those things. And so highlighted them. So just really cool, different categories. And then people go, like, they've been texting me, oh, I didn't realize We Vitalize was over there at Burkerson Adams.
Yeah, it's
you know, because again, like you're just driving by and you don't know, or Precision Stitches is in the industrial park.
Or sometimes you don't know what they do based
sure.
on their sign. You drive by and you go, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that's what they did. I got to get over there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's
Great.
funny, even where we take our dog down by my house for doggy daycare, Bark City. You know, my wife's dropping them off. Hey, we want to be on A Minute with the Mayor. And she's like, here you go. And so they email me, and I'm going to apply at shoplocalhb.com. You know, and I'll go.
You with the
hang out
other
with a bunch of dogs.
442,372 other businesses that you're in line with.
I got a couple businesses too that want to be showcased. But
I
we'll
always
talk
tell them
about
just
that
go on
later.
shoplocalhb.com and just apply. And yeah, it's been real fun. I mean, we can crank them out in about, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. And then Cody goes either before or after and does the B-roll, they call it. So get the cool shots that they weave into the editing.
Puts it on, yeah.
Well, so the whole thing about this is it's a great idea, and obviously it's something that's needed in our community. And even when you're not mayor, we'll get the next mayor. We'll
Yes.
get Butch on it, and Butch will be able to continue it on. And then who's ever mayor after him.
That's
Yeah.
the goal.
It's one of those things
yeah.
that needs to be continued.
For sure. I mean, there's no way I can cover everybody, obviously. And I do think about that a lot. Being mayor is like, I want to create systems that I hope the community appreciates that last beyond my term. So there's the minute with the mayor, but then also, you know, when we're doing the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, it was always just, you know, it wasn't organized. Well, I wouldn't say organized, but you know, they would always pick someone maybe that night. I was like, I want to really want to make this special, give it the respect it deserves. So that's when I reached out to the American Legion, Post 133, and I'm like, can we have a veteran come up every meeting, lead us in the pledge?
Oh, wow. That'd be great.
And I'll read their bio. And so we've been doing that all my meetings. And I get emotional when they're up there, and it's cool because I get to read, you know, where they serve, their bio, their history, and then thank them for their service. So I'm really hoping that lasts, you know, beyond me as well, because it's not hard to do. And we've got them booked, I think, almost through the year with veterans that now I've slotted to lead us in the pledge.
What you're doing, Casey, is amazing. And Don, the reason I bring this up now is because I actually made a phone call to Casey.
Yeah.
Because as you know, we want to launch on the road
Yeah.
with HB Unplugged, which Alejandro is going to be handling for us as well. And I didn't want to step on Casey's toes, and we came to an agreement that no, man, this is all about a family. Let's rock and roll. Like, he'll even feed us some people he can't get to. We can get to them and add them into our HB Unplugged. Will be something similar, a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth, a little bit more B-roll,
right?
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, a lot of energy to be put in, and this is where Alejandro sets up this big to-do here for these episodes, you know, lights, camera, action. I'll be going out with a gimbal with a camera on the end, and Don and I, we have mics, and then I'll have mic for each person we talk to. They'll have a mic, he'll have a mic, and then I'll hold a mic, and then we'll do our interview.
I love that.
You know, and we'll just get right into it, and it'll be fly by the seat of your pants, no script, talking. But we're hoping that we got to get these people involved, engaged, smile, laugh, have a little fun, and that's what it's all about. But it's all about building this. I'll give you an example. I just spent almost a month remodeling this place, and every single person that came in was from Huntington Beach.
Awesome.
That's how I kept it.
Yeah.
The contractors, Ed Ramo did all electrical, Wilf did all the contracting. Melissa's, right now you guys are seeing Melissa painting the mural in the back. Everybody I used in here, and everything I bought from Huntington Beach, Home Depot here on Warner, everything was done right here in HB. I'm an HB small business person.
Yep.
Just like a lot of people don't realize, Revivify is a national and international company. I'm the president of Revivify America, which is all over the United States. So this is a pretty, nice business to have here in Huntington Beach, and I'm proud to have my business here. And that's what this thing that you're doing, and that what we want to do with you is, elaborate on that and get all these small businesses acknowledged. I mean, that's really so important. So many people are struggling right now. Yeah. I talked in detail with Andrew Gruel about it as well. He's all involved. He wants to help any way he possibly can, because so many small businesses out there. We always want to talk about marketing and social media and Instagram and posting, but there's a lot more involved and a lot more activity when there's a personal relationship built. And that's what you're doing with the Mayor with a Minute. You're actually building a personal relationship with the community by the way that and by the way, I have to say this, you're friggin' amazing. It's hard to be a host.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. You don't just jump in and be a host and host. You've seen shows. You've actually seen television shows
where
they
you've
fail.
done it many times.
Yeah. You look like you've been doing it forever.
I like to ham it up, so I'm just trying to have fun.
I like to ham it up.
And but you're right. Just kind of humanize it and just be real and a fun, genuine person. And then you guys will see as you're doing it yourselves. Like sometimes, like you said, you got to pull it out of them.
Yeah.
But I always just tell them, like, look, we're just trying to spotlight you. Like, pretend no one knows who you are. So sell the sizzle, Yeah. And it's, mention all the services you provide. And then people, like you said, will be like, that's amazing. I love that you guys are going to do some more long form content, because I can only cover so much. Right. And, they're averaging about a minute to a minute 15, but it's want to get into quick shots, but there's definitely a lot more meat on that bone that these businesses can highlight.
Yeah.
And just even today we're talking just statewide how like sales tax is down across the board. So it's like, how do we, besides all the new revenue opportunities we're trying to bring in here to attract new businesses, but let's just keep all our dollars here if we can and highlight all these businesses. So like I said earlier, you don't feel like you need to leave our city to go shop or purchase or whatever. Like we actually have all those things here.
We
you
have
guys just don't know
right here.
Yeah.
We'll have it all right here. You just don't know about it. And that's what we're trying to change.
Don't need to leave.
Huntington Beach at its finest.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, Don has his business here. I have my business here. I mean, this is pretty amazing to see this actually. And I've been kind of pushing this. We had a little bit of a talk about how difficult it has been over past years to do business in Huntington Beach, especially if you're moving or leasing into a new building. Right. Getting your certificate of occupancy, getting it up and running, getting the electricity turned on, getting everything done. And now you guys have really made it. Look at how fast this happened for me. It's really changed a lot. We can see that the city council has stepped up to the plate, and they are now starting to make it a little more feasible to get a. It doesn't matter how big or how well you help a small business if you can't get into the business. Yeah. And there's a lot of people right now, especially with the way that the economy is, the way society is making such a dramatic change in how we live our lives. A lot more people are starting to look and getting into businesses for themselves,
which is great. And you want to encourage that. I mean, I know we touched on my first podcast with you guys, but that was our thought and idea behind Streamline HB was to use our experience up there. We all have different private sector experience, me especially in real estate development, working with different municipalities across the country and seeing the ones that did it well, most don't do it well, and then kind of Frankensteining different attributes and then trying to fuse them in Huntington Beach. And that's what we did. And then now having Andrew come in as a small business owner, now he's really getting into the fine tuning of that. We were doing broad brush adjustments and tweaks. Now he can come in and be like, our grease trap inspection process is backwards. So like getting down because that's what he does, right? As a small business owner and a restaurateur. But in the 1 year we put in Streamline, we've increased permits issued by 23% year over year. And actually next Thursday, we're going to the Orange County Business Council in Anaheim, and they're giving us an award for that, which is amazing. And other cities are now have come to our city hall and trying to replicate our Streamline program. Because again, it's like this should be a frictionless process. It's really hard to open up a business. It shouldn't be. You're spending your time and treasure and your life savings oftentimes get in there.
You hit it. The stress.
Oh, yeah.
When a husband and wife team, they're going to start a business. They're pulling money out of savings or a 401k or they're gambling. It's like going to Vegas, throwing the dice on the table. I hope this is a success.
Yeah.
We've all seen Main Street and Fifth Street where businesses come and go and they don't make it. It doesn't. There's usually reasons for that.
Sure.
But when you make it stressful to just even get the doors open. They're not even dealing with the stress of running their business yet. They're already stressed out because trying to get their doors open, trying to get permits. And this past couple of years, especially for me doing this building, wow. I mean,
good.
What a difference. Night and day from when I had my other business right down the street to this time where it was like everything went beautifully.
Still a lot of work to do for sure. But it's great hearing that. I mean, just even digging deeper, I've realized a lot of times too, because I've seen this in my private business, is that, applicants have consultants like architects, engineers, contractors, and they're the interface with the city. And oftentimes it's actually the onus is on them. And I think sometimes it's convenient for them to blame the city. And so now what we're fixing and Andrew, Councilmember Gruhl and then Don Kennedy, we have a business development team that we've been working on. And we're trying to link up now, especially because most things are online, is to have the applicant get notified, but have the owner as well, right? So if your consultant's the applicant, we want to make sure you as the owner are getting the notifications. So when plans are coming back, everyone's on the same email thread. Everyone's being notified at once, so there's no gap in communication. So now when you go, hey, architect, hey, contractor, we got the comments back from the city. When are you going to get them back? And like, okay. And I actually really do think that's going to unclog a lot of knots. Because it's would help me in my private business with other municipalities. But now, these past 3 years, meeting with people like yourself that have had challenges with the city, when you dig deep, 9 times out of 10, that's the issue, is there's a gap in communication between the city and the end owner and through their applicant. So we're trying to link that up so everyone gets notified at the same time. And I'm hopeful that'll kind of unclog a lot of these knots,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think, Don?
I think it's fantastic. I'm actually proud of you, really.
Thanks, man.
Because I remember you kind of talking about your plan for the city and what you were going to do to the city.
Yeah.
As far as what you were capable of, and so far, you really have hit a home run.
Thanks, man.
For our town, really.
Thank you, man. It's a crazy ride. It's wild. It's super humbling. I mean, I've said it when I was sworn in as mayor. Like, I didn't grow up here wanting to be the mayor, wanting to be on city council. Didn't have a desire to do that, but as you get older.
You used to work at the snack bar.
Yeah.
Well, you did grow up here. You did grow up here.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't grow up thinking about being mayor. Yeah.
Right down the street.
Growing up here, I didn't think I would.
Yeah, there you go.
Nor did I want
Put
to.
that in perspective.
Right. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, I probably say it too much, but yeah, 3rd generation Huntington Beach resident. I was like, I'm going to be mayor one day. But now that I am, it's, I take it very seriously. It's very humbling. I want to accomplish as much as I can to make the city better. And I want, when I'm done in December, I want to like lay my head on the pillow going like, I gave it everything I had.
Gave it everything you
I mean,
had.
we do, all of us do anyway on council, but being mayor gives you an extra opportunity to have more, I guess, optics and FaceTime and push more kind of projects out to the community because you are the interface more than you would be just on council. So that's why I'm like, I think the minute with the mayor is great because that's something I can really push out and highlight stuff where I'm sure council members could do it, but it's more appropriate if the mayor does it.
Yeah.
You know, so stuff like that, and all these systems we're putting in place. I mean, we've been working on those for 3 years, and then you know,
Well, it really shows you have your heart
yeah,
into it.
for sure. And that's why I hope, you know, hopefully get reelected in November, and then have, you know, the final 4 years and just get us on strong financial footing for decades, and then just go back to my private life and, you know, look around and be like so happy. I mean,
Leave something behind.
leave something
a legacy,
behind.
yeah.
I mean, I love, I had my friend come, he moved to New York, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Haven't seen him in a while. He came out 2 weeks ago for dinner, and he was just like, man, he's like, everything looks so clean. Like, the city looks great. And we went to Jolie, right on PCH, you know, overlooking the ocean right there, that new one next to BLK.
Great restaurant.
Great restaurant.
Yes.
And that's kind of like, I like to show people off, like, you know, ocean view, look at the pier. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. And whenever I go down to Main Street, I always like go down dark alleys. And I tell people that, they look at me kind of weird. I'm like, no, because before it was a little dicey.
Yeah.
Now it's super clean. I mean, there's moms with their strollers at like 9 o'clock at night pushing their kids around because they feel safe. It's well lit. We've changed a lot of light bulbs down there to make it more welcoming. And so when I see all that and I see how well the city's doing, and, you know, we've achieved the greatest homeless reduction numbers in our city's history these last 3 years, crime's down 27%, the permit program through Streamline, all those things I'm like so proud of. And that all then flows into business, and people want to come here.
Yeah.
They want to invest and they want to stay. And our tourism picks up, and our hotels get, you know, our occupancy gets higher. And so, and we still have a lot of things to do, but when you see all those things, I get so proud and happy. And when my wife goes, why are you doing this? Like, teasing me, I'm all, because of that. Like,
Yeah,
you know, I hear my neighbors' kids out way past the streetlights at like 9 o'clock playing in the street. And I'm like, because their parents feel confident that they're safe outside doing that.
Yeah,
They're like
that's
6,
cool.
7, 8, 9 years old, you know? That's like the base level of what government should do. And I'm just happy we're doing it.
You know, I always said this show isn't about politics,
Yeah.
but you saw the post I did the other day about leadership.
Definitely.
You know, I did that for you guys.
Thank you.
I did that for you, Butch, and Chad, and Dan and Don, because you know, people don't realize. You know, first off, you can't deny we're not seeing change.
Right.
For the better.
Yeah.
So I put that post up, and interesting enough, two people, one in particular, a wife, obviously she mentioned her husband. She came on and she said, Mr. Craig, I don't know you, but what you wrote really made a lot of sense.
Nice.
And I feel like I've been one of those negative people.
Yeah.
And you made me realize that my negativity isn't going to change anything.
Right.
That my comments on posting against these gentlemen in our offices and these people in Huntington Beach don't make a difference.
Right.
And, you know, I thank you for writing it, is basically what she said.
Awesome.
And you opened up my eyes to the fact that it's better to be on the positive side, not on the negative side.
For sure.
Because a leader takes on a leadership. I wrote 2 leaders.
Yeah.
One, like me, I grew up, I never thought in a million years I'd be a car care industry leader. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't my goal. I just was detailing cars. And I eventually did it, and I guess I did well. I did it right, and people started mentoring me. People started calling me. People started asking me questions. And next thing you know, I'm this big leader in car care. So that's what I call the one that you achieve.
Right.
The other one is where guys like you stop everything you're friggin' doing,
Yeah.
stick your neck out on the line, because you know once you make that decision, you're sticking them out there to get cut off. I mean, it's like, wow, I know there's going to be people that don't like the decisions I make or don't agree with some of the positions I take, but nonetheless, you did it.
Yeah.
And what people have to realize is that is a very difficult process.
It is.
And, you know, once the decision is made, obviously, you were voted in.
Right.
Okay, so the majority says, hey, you're in. My dad told me one time when we were kids, my 5 brothers, boys, when you grow up, you're going to do this thing called vote. And when you vote for the man you want to be the United States president. There's Democrat and there's Republican. He was just giving us the basics, right?
Yeah.
He goes, and you vote the way you feel, like you don't go what your dad does, but you, as you grow up, you'll figure out where you want to vote. And when you vote, you cast your vote and you hope your candidate wins. If he doesn't, it doesn't matter. That president, either you support that president so he can do his job. And that's how I look at it. That's why I wrote that, because I hated that comment that Don Kennedy got when he put that post up. Like, really, lady? That was somebody else.
Yeah,
but what good does that do?
It doesn't, man.
And this is proof, and that's why we have you back on the show, because what you're doing right now, not many, I don't know if any one mayor that's ever done anything like this in Huntington Beach. I'm not sure if I know any community where mayors done something like this. Actually go to, they go for the ribbon cuttings and things like that, don't get me wrong. But you're actually stepping out on the edge again and going to all these businesses and really making a difference.
But it also too, it's, I was just telling Travis, our city manager, about this. I just came from there. And my favorite line is like, the key to great relationships is communication. And so it's a lot of the stuff, happens in government or just in the city. There's different sides and people argue online, and it doesn't do any good. I make a conscious effort to go out to the community and meet people. And we had a town hall last month down in Southeast, and a lot of people that, are on the different side of the aisle from me, I would say. I had a few afterwards and come up and they're like, we really appreciate you coming out here, answering questions, engaging with us. And I said, that's why I want to do the town halls, because when I have council meetings, we're not allowed to talk to you, and it's very frustrating because I want to, and I'm going to go, no, that's not how it is here, And actually a couple of them gave me a hug afterwards.
Wow.
I thought it was cool. And they said, we appreciate it. Like, we feel the temperature coming down. And then the minute with the mayors is like, let's unite behind things that we can all agree on. That's supporting our businesses and just make it fun. I mean, I really want to bring Huntington Beach back to the way it was when I was a kid. It's just a fun surf beach town where everyone's like getting along. And I think we can get there. And I'm hopeful through these Minute with the Mayor episodes. That's a good first step in the right direction, because people can unite around these amazing businesses. And that cuts across both sides of the aisle.
What's cool about living in Huntington Beach is that you don't really realize what a great town we live in.
Yeah.
If you travel across the country and you tell somebody you're from Huntington Beach, you're from Huntington Beach.
Wow.
Yeah. They're like stoked that they met
Your
somebody
royalty.
from Huntington
That's cool.
Beach.
Your royalty.
I love that.
Yeah, my wife and I go to Hawaii, and you'd be surprised how many people from the Midwest we meet in Hawaii, and they go, you live in Huntington Beach and you're coming to vacation in Hawaii. Like, you already live in paradise.
Donald, I'll tell you, man, when we had the Surf City Marathon a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
I was there from, you were there, obviously. I was there from 5:30 to 1 in the afternoon. And if you guys recall at that time, the country was under a deep freeze.
Yeah.
And I was
we had the best weather.
Yeah, it was like, we couldn't believe it. We're sitting there sweating. I'm out there getting a suntan in January.
I was humble bragging to the crowd. I couldn't help myself, like needling them, because there was 21,000 runners from 47 states and 18 countries.
Yeah.
And I just said, welcome to our beautiful city of Huntington Beach, our paradise on the Pacific
Couldn't
Ocean
have asked for a better day.
in California. And I said, remember when the rest of the country's in a deep freeze, you get to run along the Pacific coast and the highway or Pacific Ocean on PCH with 75-degree weather, not a cloud in the sky. Yeah. And then after all the runners came in, the first place finishers, then we were taking photos, and I was just chatting with them, and all of them were like, I was like, where are you from? And the half marathon winner, she was from Wisconsin. She's like, when I left Friday, it was negative 35 degrees. Okay. And the guy that won the 5K, he's like, hey, since I won, do I get a discount on a mortgage? He's like, I want to live here. Like they all wanted to live here, and they're like, this is paradise. And I said at the next meeting, I'm like, it's unfortunate, but we do take it for granted where we live, and instead of getting upset at each other, like, go outside, look at the ocean, you just appreciate how beautiful our city is and how precious it is and how it's really worth fighting for. And all that stuff, I'm hopeful will go away, because, like, again, we live, like, as you said, Don, we live where people vacation.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's beautiful.
Like, Karen and I sit on our patio all the time with a glass of wine, or she has margarita, and we sit there and go, well, where do you want to go this year? And we're sitting there going, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, look at the patio we have. Hey, I want to get back on this really quick, because I want this to really go out to everyone who's watching this episode. I want you to take note of what he's about to say, because this is going to mean a lot.
Yeah.
The question I have for Casey is really going to be impactful. So, Casey, when you're doing 1 minute with the mayor, do you give a rip if they're liberal, Democrat, or Republican?
Absolutely.
Do you ask them if they vote for you?
No.
Do you care about what political values they have?
Absolutely not.
And tell them why.
Because it doesn't matter. It's just, the whole goal is to have you guys apply, go out and spotlight your business, feature it, and just let the community know what you're all about. And that doesn't matter if it's left or right or in the middle or independent. It's the goal of Minute with the Mayor is to highlight our local businesses, so that our residents know you guys exist, and go there and shop and spend their money and come visit you.
Give them the exposure they deserve.
The questions, the questions I care about when I come in is, what's something that the residents of Huntington Beach should know about your business? Why'd you pick Surf City? How long you been here, and what's something cool we should all know about? That's the only questions I care about. And then it's fun because they all have different answers, and it's really fascinating hearing why they chose Huntington Beach, you know, how long they've been here, and just these amazing, cool little stories that we get to share. And I'm glad you guys get to then expand upon that. You know, and I love Mellier. When you call me like, hey, can we cross-pollinate? I'm like, absolutely. You know, because we'll have a list, and if we can't finish them, kick them to you guys, and vice versa, and you guys can do long form. But no, to go back to it, like this is not a left or right issue. It's just first come, first serve. I want to get them all done. Initially, staff was like, you know, maybe we'll have to just do a lottery system. I'm like, no, I'm committing. Like, we're going to get them all done. Like, I want to get them all done.
Get as many as you can done and just carry it over. Butch will do the same thing.
Yeah, like that's why tomorrow we're doing 5. And so Cody's going to go out early to the spots and do the B-roll.
Right.
And then they send me a tight schedule, like at 11, and then I'll be done at actually like 2:30, and we're just going to go like boom, boom, and try to
knock them out,
geographically locate them so it's you know, more efficient. But that's my goal is I want to get every single one done in the can, push it out, and then, you know, maybe do a separate you know, social media page just for the Minute with the Mayors, so people don't have to scroll through,
find everything,
but
right
have
there,
it all in one spot.
Oh, very good,
and then push them out. But yeah, that's the goal. Is like this is what makes us Huntington Beach is our local businesses, and so let's spotlight them and highlight them and have fun doing it.
Well, as you can see, everybody who's watching this episode, you know, Casey's doing this from the bottom of his heart. He's really putting himself out there to really do something that not many community. I don't know of any community leader that has actually done something like this. And Don and I are stoked to get started. We've been talking about this for about 2 months now, and we already got the mics and everything. We're finally ready to rock and roll. But this is the kind of man that really is making a difference as a leader. That's why I wrote that Facebook post. And, you know, to step out on the edge, Casey, and do what you're doing. I mean, there's a lot. Proof is in what you've done when you get so many people saying, hey, I want to be on your show.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That's funny, though, too. I tease my other, because I'm friends, pretty close with Lauren, the mayor from Newport, you know, and the first one came out, and I texted to her. I'm like, what you got, mayor? She's like, oh, I love that. I got to do something, you know, and she's coming up with some of her own. Like, so now you're going to kind of see it going around in different cities, but it was fun teasing her.
Yeah,
you know?
well, it's going to be great. Well, thanks, Casey, for joining us again.
Thank you, guys.
There was obviously a purpose to this one because we want to join forces with you. Don and I really want to hit it hard.
I love it.
And we want to highlight what you're doing, not, you know, obviously not take anything away.
No, of course not.
We want to join it, make it like.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
Big,
total team effort.
It's our family. This
Exactly.
is the HB community family.
We're just a big family, and just because I'm doing 1 minute doesn't mean you guys can't do a 5-minute episode 10 or whatever. And then it just unite, you know, you link up and conquer and cover them all and get as many people spotlighted. And that's the goal, man. It's a total team effort.
Oh, fantastic. Casey McKeon, everyone, at his
Thanks,
best.
guys.
Thank you, man. Thanks for joining us. Mel, Craig,
And I'm Don Ramsey.
thanks for joining us for another episode of HB Unplugged.